Yarji Chimbo to Denching Mayas on the Molam Chimbong of Jeda, Bakardangam Sandu Yermado, Tumba Tuji Janla Kipshan, Sir. Today is about shamatha teaching according to my book. All right. Long time, probably 2,000 or 3,000 years ago. That long time, right? So there were many people who clearly manifested the result of whatever path they practiced during their lifetime. Because there are many reasons. They had less desire and more peace long time ago. Totally different these days. These days, the Buddha said that people would be extremely difficult to subdue. That's why we need to practice diligently, very hard, right? Because seeking only the things of this life. Because of that, we mistakenly engage in strongly negative thoughts and actions. So the Buddha said that during such times as this, it would be difficult to develop immediately the realizations of the profound view or our conduct or our develop our altruistic intention. Therefore, why I'm try to say this is because it's important to develop the practice of shamatha. Back then, like 2,000, 3,000 years ago, the monks and the audience, they very oftenly heard that, okay, today this person got liberation. Or yesterday this person had the realization. But these days we almost like never heard it, right? Buddha always very often say that when they get together, he always say, today you become a arhat. Or you took the path. We have the first, we have 5 paths, and then we have also this 10 bhumis. And then after that, then enlightenment, right? So we go through all this way, 5 paths, 10 bhumi, all that. Remember, we have, if you have like not genuine but pretty good about bodhicitta mind, then you take the accumulation path. That's the first path, right? So then you go through all the way. So therefore, all of that meditation, and in order to take those paths, shamatha is the foundation. And if we do not realize that all the situations and circumstances are depends on the way in which our mind develops this habit, and instead we put the blame on external objects and situation alone, then the negative cause and karma will grow stronger because we more develop, and there is no chance to realize the truth. The truth. You can see, for example, an very unhappy person see things, around the circumstance and the outside, whatever they see things like. All this appearance arising as enemies. That's they say. Unhappy person, whatever here, see things something is wrong. So nothing actually wrong the outside, but how the way you think is. So all these appearance arising as enemies, if the person is very unhappy. Because of the desire or anger, this disturbing emotions. But that, and also it's opposite, like happy person see things like all opposite, right? All this appearance arising as friends or nice, because of the open-minded. So they're very much enjoying with everything. Inside you opened, then whatever you use it or whatever, everything you see here, everything is very pleasant, and then you enjoy. So, for example, if you realize that all of this happiness and unhappiness very much depends on your mind, then you will know that you have to focus on your mind. Try to subdue your mind and how to sort of control your mind, how to be tolerant with the situation, rather than focus on the sort of outer world, Then whatever you do, you would be happy and very peaceful. Because of that, your whole attitude will be pure and everything will turn out perfectly. Actually, there is no perfect until become enlightened being, until diminish these negative emotions. There is no perfect person in this world if you are not Buddha. But because inside this bad habit, I think. So that's why very, very important, focus on your mind and try to turn your mind, subdue your mind, very important. And then your mind very much flexible. Then, even though you're living in this world, that's Bodhisattva says that, but your mind will sort of experience the what do you call it? Happiness, right? Splendor of happiness. And if there is a problem, then just recognize that everything depends on how we think, and naturally changing, everything is changing. It's really helpful when I have this kind of situation. Naturally changing, moment by moment. And then you try to let it go rather than develop a sort of bad habit in your mind. And the Buddhist point of view, the most important is whatever we have, we possess, we should try to enjoy with them, and sort of without too much attachment, and anger, all that. Of course, you all intellectually know that, right? Intellectually know what is right, what is wrong, because people are very smart, Intellectually we know that, but that knowledge put into practice and we act that, it's so difficult. It's very difficult. Oh my goodness. 50 years, 40 years, try to kind of, but still difficult. That why? Because we say that our innermost wish and how we actually our act and how we actually do is kind of opposite. That's why. I think that's why. We know we don't want to harm others, but then we do. Physically, verbally, mentally, especially mentally, I think very bad, right? Mentally, if you have no bodhicitta mind, people have no bodhicitta, no good intention in their mind, somebody is not successful, they are enjoy, happy. And then somebody is successful, get jealous and all these kind of things. So, because I think selfish, the problem is most our sort of belief and comes from the selfish mind, and selfish comes from ignorance. So those two are the cause of samsara, cause of suffering. Selfish mind, me, right? Even though I don't know, maybe me doesn't exist if you investigate. It's difficult, but that's selfish. That selfish comes from ignorance. Ignorance means not, it doesn't mean not knowing, but misunderstand, wrong understand, that's ignorance. So usually we have mind, this mind that we identify as the self, Buddhist point of view, kind of, which we call ego mind, because it controls everything that we do. Ego mind controls everything. We have no power. Amen, So therefore, we really need to know, I think it's very important actually, to practice and to put Dharma practice into, your meditation. Practice meditation. Very skillful way, Dharma. Otherwise, Dharma can take you to sort of, sometimes it's possible, wrong direction and wrong path if we sort of incorrectly use it. That's why many people have problem with religion. That's not the religion problem, I think, but how we use it. We don't use the practice dharma with our wisdom and skillful way, then it takes the wrong direction. And for example, like the nature of view is beyond everything, right? Beyond everything, you know that. And Hatsta, the mantra, Gati Gati Para Gati Parasa, that's go beyond. So that kind of perspective, the ultimate perspective, the positive, we have positive in our life, we have negative in our life. So ultimate point of view, the positive doesn't make things better, and the negative doesn't make things worse, because it's beyond everything, right? But we can't accept that with our ordinary experience and our especially ego and dualistic mind. So without sort of genuine realization, we can't accept the ultimate point of view. That view is so high, beyond everything, but our experience is just like ordinary, so we can't accept that. But you practice, right? Practice, and then when you get there, you approach at that point, then there is no selfish mind. There is no selfish mind. Then all these appearances arise as, what do you call it, pure land, or heaven. Heaven, that's heaven. That's really, everything arising is heaven. That's ultimate point of view. I think sometimes I investigate what is different these religions. We have lots of different religions. Sometimes I just come in my mind that there is nothing different. I think they're all the same, pretty much same. We have a pure land, Buddhist point of view, right? That pure land, and you have, the other religion have, what do you call it? If you do something good, you go there, stay there forever. That's a little bit different, but you go there, which is pure land. We have that. And then also the ultimate, the nature of everything. I think we're talking same thing, but a little bit misunderstanding there. But the essence of the idea, all these are same. So that's good, that's really good. So, but in order to, we believe that, but in order to get there, we need good instructions and practice. One of my root teacher, Kanchen Jigme Panso, he focused on the Amitabha, the pure land. Even though he very much want to see Mapam Rinpoche and other his teachers, they're not there though. They're not in Amitabha Pure Land. The other pure, there are so many Pure Land somewhere. So we can go there, we can meet them. So these ideas, I think, very much same. I don't know why I'm talking this, but in order to get there, we need good instructions, right? We need, uh, good understanding. So therefore, we need. I always say that good connection with our lineage, because our own personal connection with the lineage becomes very powerful. I have that experience. And these are something that we need to connect with our mind, with our mind. So that is the most important part of our whole journey. So actually, the Vajrayana point of view, the idea, the enlightenment is depend upon the power of the blessings of the lineage, and that is depends upon our connection with the lineage. Each individual practitioner needs take this sort of process and follow the detailed the instructions and methods of the path in order to attain liberation. Because our long-term goal is, thinking about liberation, right? So therefore, if you practice the Dharma skillfully and follow the instructions, then the development of everything, each and every moment, you are getting better. That's, I think, you have to know. You have to uh, make that uh, confident for yourself, Otherwise, you kind of waste your time. So whenever I do this correctly, I practice Dharma correctly, using the instructions, then each and every moment we're getting better and better. That's how you develop, right? That's how we develop our practice. Otherwise, not just one day we become a Buddha or Bodhisattva, or no, just we go slowly, getting better and better and better, and then more clear, understand level very clear, um, and our realization deeper, clear, pure. And then there is a connection also. You can feel the blessings. That's your energy level and your experience level. You can see that. So if you do this correctly, your practice, correctly, then each and every moment you're getting better and better, changing moment by moment. The way of you think, the behavior, everything will slowly change. That's the best way, actually, to change yourself. So therefore, we have to focus on the inner development rather than outer situation, because we cannot control of everything that arises outside. We cannot control that. But we, for example, we subdue inside, then we control both, actually, inner and outer situation. Then we have peace of mind. And this kind of mind, calm and peace mind, is come from practice shamatha. Okay? So now, I'm sure you know, but what is shamatha? Shamatha, in Tibet language, ni, right? Two syllables, ni. Means peace, peace. Ni means stability. Ni means stable, calm, balance. That's we call ni. So this, the first syllable here means peace. Peace means that the mind is not overcome with anger, sadness, worry, or any other strong emotion that disturbs your mind. When resting in shamatha meditation, the mind is very relaxed without any difficulties. When the mind rests in shamatha, the mind is not involved in any activity. That's why very peace, very relaxed, right? Naturally rest in a state of peaceful and stability. And as the mind rests one-pointedly on its object, it is not distracted towards external objects. Then the mind remains stable and focused on the object, so that not many negative thoughts arise. Then the mind becomes very stable and very calm. Tibet, Shirni, that's shamatha. Sanskrit we call it actually samadhi. That's a little bit difficult, different. Samadhi is in Tibet, Tangenzhen. It's not Shirni. Tangenzhen means like meditative concentration. That's Tangenzhen, or samadhi, meditative concentration. They're very good explanation. According to Mapum Rinpoche's explanation for these words are a balanced mind. Tangenzhen, meditative concentration, it's balanced mind. That remains just focused with its full capability in any object, abiding in balance in accordance with its object, just focused on. For example, like such as the breath. Breath, very important. We're going to meditate on breath. Or you can focus on statue or etc. Or the object list. So there are lots of different ways to explain shamatha means. But in short, shamatha means peace. Peace. And the peace is the foundation of other types of meditation. Right? It makes sense, right? If your mind is peace, calm, then other different meditations were very good and easy. It's very important for those who wish to practice the teachings of Buddha and want to develop a stable mind and a good foundation for spiritual path or meditation. So therefore, masters, teachers say that for the beginners, practitioners, shamatha must cultivate first, because that's foundation, right? Foundation. Because when shamatha practice has been achieved, and then all other meditations have great power and easy. Because if the mind can rest on any object or without the object, then the mind becomes workable and very stable. So then you can practice whatever you want. because the mind is engaged in its own object without being distracted by any um, negative thoughts or whatever, you know. So shamatha meditation is sometimes, that's why called rest in meditation, right? Rest in meditation, because you are not doing much in this practice other than just sort of relaxing and sometimes looking at your mind or looking at your thoughts. That's pretty much. That's why rest in meditation. Once you have learned to peace and calm, then you will be able to practice other meditation. That's why I think the masters say you have to cultivate shamatha practice, the meditation first. And also, it's very good for, if your mind is calm and peace, then you can practice how to develop uh, your mind in love and compassion and bodhicitta. So, usually, bodhicitta and shamatha practice goes with other your meditations. Without these two, and then it's difficult, because if you have no peace mind, then you cannot focus your meditation, whatever, visualization or whatever, it's difficult. Without bodhicitta mind, then your motivation definitely selfish. So these two actually very important for everybody who wish to practice. So that's why the teachings give us guidance on how to develop correct attitude, correct practice. If your mind has many thoughts and cannot focus on the object and can't control the mind because of the distractions of thoughts, right? Then that means you don't have shamatha meditation. So you have to sort of investigate when you meditate. If you have lots of distraction thoughts, that means you have no shamatha practice. And if your mind sort of can focus and one point without any distraction, that means you have the shamatha meditation. So shamatha meditation is absolutely necessary. It's a great sort of benefit when we practice. Otherwise, without shamatha, our thoughts, lots of thoughts process are sort of entirely beyond control. And when you practice, when you practice shamatha, and gradually you increase you're starting to recognize how many thoughts are arising in your mind all the time. Before you sort of were not aware of it. So slowly you get freedom from thoughts. So that is the benefit of shamatha practice. And when our mind completely workable without any disturbance, we have developed genuine meditative concentration, 당인전. Very important. At that point, Maharam says that that point we can successfully uh, do any types of meditation. For example, practice on the generation stage or the development stages, all of that, the Vajrayana meditation. So that is good thing of practice shamatha. Shamatha is just you have to understand the foundation of all your practice meditation. That's all. Otherwise, shamatha, only practice shamatha doesn't sort of eliminate all our afflictions, or what do you call it, delusions. It's like they said, it's like muddy water, pure, unpure water that has settled. Even though it's sort of temporarily clean and pure, you can see through, but as soon as it is stirred up, it becomes muddy again, right? So still there. I mean, it's not completely separated from the sort of this impurity or muddy, Likewise, temporarily there is no thoughts or whatever, your mind peace and calm. If you have a good shamatha practice, but the difficult circumstances are encountered, then your negative thoughts will arise again. Then you will see how much you diminished negative. So that's why practice shamatha is very good foundation for all other meditations. But alone, shamatha only, not so good, right? Just because can't diminish our negative thought at all. That's they called temporary antidote. They called shamatha also temporary antidote thoughts. Because temporarily you are peace and calm. If you have no circumstance, then you're fine. But sometimes if you have bad circumstance, then your thoughts will they arise again. So that's why sometimes the good meditators, they do is like sometimes practice shamatha, but sometimes you visualize somebody harm you, say this hard words, or and then are you angry? How you feel? You kind of investigate yourself. So our mind change moment by moment. Moment by moment, we are seeing, we're thinking, we're hearing, we're feeling. This we call the relative mind, right? We call the relative mind. Actually, it's three kind of three minds, or three three thoughts, or three minds are working together and to create all this kind of experience we go through. Do you remember? Non-conceptual mind, and then we have a conceptual mind, then we have emotional, or what you call disturbing mind. So together, these three aspects of a relative mind account for all of our mental activities. So therefore, we have a lot of thoughts, one after another. So practice shamatha is really helpful. It's a good foundation. All right. Any questions about shamatha? Shamatha is very common meditation. Common meditation makes your mind just peace and calm and relax. That's all. That's all. So shamatha meditation is, just I said, rest in meditation, or just a sit-in meditation, sometimes you call it, because you're not doing much in this practice other than just to relax, right? So usually when people practice shamatha, using their breath, because if you focus on your breath, it happens only the present moment. That's why we call it, right, one point concentration, right? And that's why also the meditators give us this method, focus on your breath, because really you focus on the breath, then breath is only the present moment. So that's the 1 point concentration. Concentration means holding the mind on any object continuously without forgetting. That's concentration. And the automatic result of concentration is awareness. Awareness is inner recognition, right? That enable you to see things more clearly and correctly. So that is the awareness. Awareness is the kind of result of concentration, meditation. And awareness is important because it help you your practice correctly and clearly. So if you have that kind of concentration, then you have perfect foundation. So therefore, all right, I would like you practice shamatha by focus on your breath for a few minutes. I'm sure you're tired today because when they're here, so much, too many. But I hope you enjoy it though, with His Holiness. It sounds good. I heard on the radio they talking about when I came here. I turned on my radio in my car and I heard it. Also, his some of his teachings I heard it. Sounds good. Everything's good. So, but just to relax, and we'll do this few minutes, this meditation. So when you, of course, when you breathe in, there are two things you need to focus, right? When you breathe in, just to relax and recognize the present moment, which is your concentration. And then when you breathe out, let your mind and breath dissolve in the space in front of you, and then simply relax in that space as much as you can with your awareness. This meditation is just I told you, and just to relax, right? To relaxation, meditation. You don't do anything, but also you are not losing your focus or your concentration, and there's nothing visualization, nothing, but also you're aware of your meditation with your meditation. So that's awareness. So the combination shamatha, the relaxation practice, shamatha practice, and awareness practice make your meditation really, really powerful. Otherwise you just relax and nothing, there's no clarity. Then sometimes you lose your focus, and then sometimes that's why even though you're meditate, but your thoughts arising because you losing your awareness. Awareness is actually somebody's watching, what's going on this moment. So something is your thoughts arise, then you just no worries, don't stop, try to stop thoughts, but just let it go. Focus on your breath. So it's very easy, but it's very powerful. Okay? Few minutes. Sometimes it's very nice, when you meditate, you should not keep in your mind, oh, I'm going to meditate, so this is kind of special, or I have to be sort of careful, and I have to good position, and I have to straight like this, and I have to focus on. It's nothing. It's actually you should think meditation is just your life. Whatever you do, just don't make it special. If you think it is special, then you're not relaxing, you know. So whenever you need to move, just let it move. Whatever you need to breathe in and out just naturally, right? Otherwise, oh, I'm going to breathe in, so I have to do this, and just nature, just relax in nature, and that's help you. Otherwise, if you think this meditation is special and your mind really tight, not good. So just you have to let it go. This is nothing special, okay? This is my part of my life. Then you're no all the meditation same like that. It's just your part of your life, and then it's just nothing special, and then easily to practice. I do that. So otherwise, sometimes this meditation is something like that. And then your body and both your body and mind kind of really tight, and I can't do this, otherwise I'm not meditating. Just to relax, just nothing special. Okay. Very good. What are you thinking? Okay. Nice. All right. Closing prayers. May I attain and age and realize those blind virtues of existence and peace.